Hi, welcome to Chris Ryan Golf. You've joined me at the Belfry Golf Academy, and the video today is going to be around lob shots and looking at the setup we need to adopt and looking at the technique we need to use to be able to execute the shot to some degree of consistency. It's a shot which we're not going to hit that often. We could well go 3, 4, 5 rounds of golf without even needing this golf shot, but sometimes we need it, we have to play it, and we need to be competent enough to be able to know the address position and know the technical way of playing the shot. So the first thing would be we need to choose a club with a lot of loft. So I've got a 59 degree here. For some of you, it might be something like a 56, 58. Some of you may carry a 60. But the first thing we'll do, as I say, is to choose the club with the most loft. Now, that loft, 59 degrees, enough to give me some lift. But the situation I've got here, I've only got probably 3 or 4 paces of green to work with. I actually need to increase the loft a little bit more. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open the club face. That's rotating the golf club to the right for a right-handed golfer. And I'm then going to take my grip on the golf club as I would normally. So as I look down at the golf club now, as you can probably see from the camera, the club face is rotating significantly to the right. When I see people open the club face many times, they rotate it a couple of degrees, but let's get that club really open and rotated out to the right. Now, when I do that, many golfers believe that this ball's going to shoot off sort of over this angle here. The leading edge of the golf club, that certainly points over in this direction here. But the loft of the golf club just points more upwards, which is going to give me that higher trajectory. One thing I can do, which is going to help this ball go where I want it to go, is to lower the handle at address. That's going to do 2 things. Firstly, it's going to get the loft to point more left. So it's going to help the ball go in my direction as opposed to off the right. And the second thing it's going to do is it's going to give me a more rounded or a flatter shape to my golf swing. This is going to give me a shallower approach to the golf ball, and it's going to give me more chance of sliding that club under and getting the desired launch angle. So once we've got the grip and we've got the lower handle, let's go through the setup. I'm just going to turn face on initially. So what we want to do is we want to play the golf ball quite a long way forward in the stance, so somewhere just up inside this front heel with the club face open, and we want to make sure that the handle is in line with the golf ball. We don't want to get this handle over this way or backwards, so we want to get the handle in line with the ball, get the shaft nice and neutral, and I want to feel that I lean a little bit into my lead side, so I'm getting a little bit more pressure through my left side and keep that foot splayed out towards the target. You'll notice that I've got a fairly wide stance. Okay, that's going to give me a nice base. The wider my stance gets, the lower my centre of gravity, and again that's going to help me play this shot and get that height that I need. So from a front-on view, we've got the club face open, we've got the handle in line with the golf ball, got a little bit of weight left, the foot flared out, and you'll notice that my zip is slightly behind the golf ball. Okay, so that's the front-on view. Once we go to the down-the-line view, as we've already said, we want to lower the handle. As well as lowering the handle, I want to try and feel that my tailbone gets a little bit closer to the floor. That's going to add a little bit of knee flex, and it's going to cause me to have less tilt over the golf ball. These 3 things, the lower handle, the lower tailbone and the more upright spine angle, is going to set me in a position where that golf club's going to work more around my body. We certainly don't want to play these shots with a more up and down swing. That's going to increase the chances of a steep approach, and it's going to give us less chance of hitting the shot. So from there, that's the starting position. Okay, tailbone is lower, handle is lower, spine is more upright. From here we can go ahead and make our golf swing. So what do we need to feel through the golf shot? Well, the most important thing is to feel that the lead wrist, so for me is my left, goes into extension pretty quickly. That's going to let the golf club overtake the hands. That's going to get that feeling of keeping the loft on the golf club, and I want to feel that through the impact area to my follow through, the loft of the golf club faces me. We certainly don't want these forearms to rotate over, getting the loft to point more down and left. That's going to cause me to hit the ball too far and probably not on the height I require. So the feeling would be, I maintain the pressure through the left side, I make a nice wide backswing, and then through the impact area, I'm going to let the club head overtake the hands, lead wrist is going into extension, and I get the feeling that the loft is pointing at me. Okay, so there's almost a feeling through the impact area as if the butt of the club is stopping and the club head is overtaking through to here. Okay, we want to try and get that shaft back to neutral at the point of contact. So let me go ahead and hit one. So I've got about 15-yard shot with about 3 to 4 paces of green to work with. So I really need this to go pretty high and then land pretty softly. So let's go through those setup points. Okay. And then from there, even though the leading edge is pointing over this way, hopefully this ball should come out somewhere towards the flag. Okay, so ball flight was certainly very high. That ball probably only landed and rolled perhaps 2.5 to 3 feet, so certainly got the desired launch angle and therefore the desired drop angle. I could play that shot successfully based on the setup and the swing mechanics. So make sure you get the setup right first, make sure you understand the setup. From there, let's make sure we understand the swing mechanics, let's understand what happens through impact and how that differs from some of the iron shots we hit. And if we can get those concepts with a bit of practice, we should be able to hit that shot and give ourselves a chance of getting up and down more often.